Hi everyone, welcome back to another scrapbook prompt video. So in this video, the prompt is to use some of these wonderful chipboard frames. If you don't have chipboard, feel free to use any frame that you might have, or Polaroid frames, or if you would rather just maybe Polaroid photos that already have the frame, anything like that. But I am using these frames to basically tell the story of these photos. So one of my absolute favorite things to take pictures of is my kids running to and from the beach. You can just see, I mean, they just love it. It's fun. A lot of times you'll see these great big giant smiles on their faces if they're running back from the beach, or sometimes I don't know, I love the way that, oh, I'm sorry, my cat is causing troubles again. I love the pictures of them running to the beach because they exude happiness to me. They just make me feel happy because I know the kids are having so much fun. But a lot of times these photos, sometimes I'll be way back on the beach, and I know in these photos I was way back on the beach with my youngest. These were taken a long time ago, so he was very young. So I think it was my son and my daughter and my husband over by the water. So they're small in the pictures. So what I decided to do was to take out these frames, and I have plenty of these frames, and my cat is just being crazy right at the moment. He is walking around with his tail all stuck up. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, back to the layout. Sorry about that. He's just being a weirdo. So you saw me adhere the frames to the photos, and I used my Tombow Mono liquid glue, and I just set a stamp block on top of all of them to help them get glued down and stay down for, you know, just a few minutes while I worked on getting this pattern paper. This is an older, it's a combination. It was a Scraptastic kit and also this Simple Story Summer kit. I had bought the kit, and then Scraptastic had added a bunch of this into their kit, so I kind of had double, and plenty left over to use, and whatever I don't use on this layout is going into my daily life pile because I will have plenty for that. So I have already cut all of them down and put them into my little fridge bin. If you have not seen that video of me showing you what to do with kit leftovers, please check that one out. So I'll have to make an organization playlist for you guys so they'll be easier to find all these other videos. So let me know if you can't find it. But excuse me, just a second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. So anyways, back to the layout. So I had a bunch of extra stuff to go with this. A lot of like the 4x6 cards and things like that, but only a few scraps of paper. So that polka dot one that you saw me use just a moment ago and this pink one are about the only ones I have left. I do have a couple other ones, but they're mostly the divided ones that are, you know, like page border strips that Simple Stories used to do a lot of. So I'm going to mount this on this background, and I decided to go ahead, and usually I wait till the very end and I have to move stuff around, but this time I decided I was going to go ahead and just do this one. This layout in the end is very journal heavy, but that is what I wanted because, like I said, I put the frames on these photos to really focus in on the fact that that's what I want you to see in these photos. And I am going to take my scissors now, and I'm just going to cut along the frames, and I kind of try to cut at just a slight angle so that none of the photo shows up, and it works fairly well. So they cut out fairly quickly. And I just have the 3 there. I do have more photos from this trip, but like I've never really scrapbooked about the fact how I love that part of going to the beach, just watching the kids be so happy and play and have fun. So that was my goal with this layout. Plus it really uses up these frames. Now this layout is going to go in a direction that I totally did not see at all. I was going to try to use more frames. You're going to see me playing around here with, I thought maybe I would just pile a bunch all over back and forth across the layout and maybe add some embellishments popped up on foam tape in between the empty frames there, maybe make one for journaling, but I didn't like that. I didn't like the colors of the frames, and so I thought I would try stacking them like you can see here, and I liked that better. The other thing that throws me off is a little bit is, see, you can see these are just scraps that I have left over. The other thing that throws me off a little bit is the fact that some of the frames are rounded corners and some are square corners, but I do use some of both, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So here I'm cutting off just this small part of this pattern paper, and it does say something down below on that orange and kind of red strip. I can't remember what it said. It's been a few weeks since I've done this layout. I just have not had the time to do the voiceover. So I'm going to add that here, and I love that that kind of basically already starts a cluster for me. And I'm just trimming it to be the same size as the white cardstock paper. I didn't want it to go over the pink. And if you noticed, I trimmed the white cardstock just slightly so that only a little bit of that pink shows up around the border of the page. That is probably one of my favorite things to do recently, is to mount my entire page on a background. I think it just really frames the layouts, makes them look great. So you can see how I have the frames here. I thought, okay, I'll do this, and then I'll just add a bunch of these other little frames all over the place. And I was thinking at the time I would again fill the one with a journaling a place to do my journaling, and I would probably just fill the others with embellishments. But I didn't like the colors that were left, so I thought I would go ahead and try going through all the other embellishments and things that I had left over. Again, I have a whole lot of ephemera pieces and everything from this collection because I got the collection myself and they came in the Scraptastic kit. If I would have known they came in the Scraptastic kit, I probably wouldn't have ordered it myself. But this was one of their, what do you call those, overlay pieces, and Simple Stories used to do a bunch of those also, and they're 4x6 size usually. So I just cut down these cameras off of here, and I thought I would try that. I really liked this Hello one too, but it got really lost on that background paper, so it's not going to work out. But I'm looking at all these other ones, and I decided that I actually like this one that says Smile a little better, because it kind of goes along with the story a little more, because like I said, when you look at the pictures you can see the smiles on their faces, and that's one of the things I really love. So don't be afraid if you have some of these overlays, even if there's a design over the whole thing. Don't be afraid to cut them down and tuck them behind as just another added piece of, kind of like it was another piece of pattern paper, but it's just another, just an overlay instead. So I did that with the word smile, and my adhesive will go at the top of it. I cut it tall enough so that it will tuck underneath my, and again, I'm sorry for my cats, they're chasing each other around now. I left enough adhesive so that it would tuck underneath that green piece, so I don't have to add any more adhesive to it, so you won't see any of the adhesive. And then you saw me going through the 4x6 and 3x4 cards. I don't know if you could tell, maybe I didn't go through the 3x4 ones yet, but I wanted a very large journaling spot so that I could write about the point of these photos and why I'm scrapbooking these photos. So I have a whole lot of those left over. Like I said, that'll be perfect for when I'm doing my daily life album in the summertime. But I found one with that huge journaling spot, and it went really well because it was just kind of plain, but it had a little bit of those stripes and stuff, so it looked really good there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and glue down my frames because I really like how they look in that format there, or whatever. I don't know all these technical words. Here I am going through the 3x4 cards before I glue down that 4x6 one. I just want to make sure that I don't have any more 3x4 cards. That would be better. And when I did that, I found this one with the arrow that says beach, and I thought, hey, that would look really good cut out. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about my cats. Here they come. They are going all over the place. Hey, leave each other alone. They don't listen to me, though. I'm just the mom. So I did ink all my edges with all the papers with my black Close to My Heart ink, and I love the way this arrow looks. It's perfect. It just fits perfectly. I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape, and it's going to go on the left-hand side of the page, and it'll totally bring your eye over to the pictures. So I don't glue it down just yet, though, because I know there's other things that I want to put on the layout, and I'm going to go through. Here's some of the stickers from both of the kits. Some are Simple Stories, some are not. And before I do my journaling, I am putting down a lot of the ephemera pieces or whatever else I want to add into this layout. And then also what I'm doing here is this is my wood veneers. I store my wood veneer, most of my wood veneer anyway, in these little drawers. So I wanted it to say, I wanted a title other than just beach, because the point of this layout is that this is one of my favorite parts of being at the beach. But I wanted to write my favorite, but I didn't really like, I don't know, it didn't sound right to me. So I tried a favorite, plus the word my wouldn't fit in there next to that word favorite very well. So I end up just deciding to go with the word favorite, and that's what it is. It's fine. It works for me. So people will understand what it means when they read the story. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow glue to glue all of those down. And I don't know where I got these wood veneer. I have to apologize about that, but I've had them for a while, and it's just another alphabet of mine that I'm happy to be getting used up. I am going to use my T-square ruler just to kind of make sure that they go on there mostly straight. I'm not worried about it if they're just a little off, but I didn't want them to go all up and down and be really wonky, because the rest of the page really isn't. So I'm just going to continue to glue all those down, and I love my wood veneer. I need to use it more often. That is one thing that I've noticed companies don't make so much of anymore, and so I'm trying to use up what I have, just not to be done with it, but you know, why not get it used? I bought it all, right? So I need to do, maybe I can do my next scrapbook prompt on using wood veneer. That's a good idea. I haven't thought of that one yet. So I need to start a list. If you have any ideas for scrapbook prompts, leave me a comment below and let me know what you would like to see on a layout. If there's something you struggle with using, I would love to do a scrapbook prompt layout for you. I do have more ideas, but I'm more than welcome to any suggestions you guys might have. And then because the prompt is frames, I did try to add a few more frames on there, but those other frames just didn't really work as well for me. And I really like the configuration that those three are already in. So I tried them on there, but they are not going to go on there, and I'm going to have plenty left over. So I'm just going through the stickers now. You can see I've used up a lot of that sticker sheet. I used this collection a long time ago, before I ever even started YouTube videos. That's how old this collection is. It's just really, and you can see all the ephemera there, because again, I bought the pack, and then Scraptastic sent the pack, and then what was I saying? Oh, so I have more than I'll ever use. In fact, I'm actually going to go through, I meant to, when I was cutting them all up and putting them into my fridge bin to use on my daily life pages, after I do the next page or one of the daily life pages with it, I'm going to go through and get rid of the ones that I don't want. And what I've been doing lately is I've been going through my die cuts, and anything that I won't use or I don't want, I'm putting together, and I figure I would just put a bunch of stuff that I'm purging into, and I just do it a giveaway. I'm not going to do 12 by 12 papers, because mailing them to another country, I have no idea how much money that would be, and I want people in other countries to be able to enter. So if I could do a smaller box, but I've got a bunch of, plus I've already purged most of my 12 by 12 papers anyway. So right now when I don't know when I'll be ready. I want to go through my 6x6 paper pads, and I'm going to purge a bunch of those. So those will go in the giveaway also. Maybe I'll do a few different giveaways, because there's going to be a lot of stuff. So be watching out for that. It'll be a while yet, but that is something that I do plan to do. And you can see I'm still going through all of these die cuts. And the ones I think I might use are going on the right pile to the right above the layout. And the ones that I don't think I'll use on this layout are going just on the top. And I'm trying to go through them pretty quickly. I am mentioning my 6x6 paper pads. When I go through those, there are some that I think I would love to put together into little mini kits to maybe do. So I plan to do a little video with that. And today is Monday, I think March 11th or something like that. And I am recording many videos today, because I know I have not had any time lately. So I haven't been uploading anything, and it's really been bugging me, because I hate when I don't get things uploaded. But today is the first day I've had to myself, so I am doing videos like crazy. So I am almost done to the end of my ephemera pile, and I found those little beach flip-flops. I guess they're not necessarily beach flip-flops, but I found those little flip-flops. and I love the way that they look there. And flip-flops aren't something that I usually get used on the layout, so I thought that was perfect, and that'll get them used up. These ones are chipboard ones, and I'm going to set them in there, just one a little bit higher than the other, just for some added interest. And I did find a tag that says, that blue tag that I'm working with now says documented, and I thought that was cute. It brought a little bit of the blue color up there, and I'm going to play around with this area just a little bit to get it tucked in there to where you can still see the word documented. But I also wanted this word sticker to go there too, but I didn't want it to cover the word document, so I'm just kind of wiggling things around there just a little bit. And that pink circly red tab sticker thing that's there kind of brings up the color from that one frame with the stripes on it, so that brings that color up a little bit. There's some star ephemera pieces that I'm just kind of playing with. I didn't add a whole lot of the stars around, just because with the polka dotted paper they do, you know, can get a little lost, but I thought it was just a little something to add in there. So I really like that camera down below, and I wanted some more stuff with that. And then I found this speech bubble that says I love this, so I'm going to pop it up on some foam tape on one side, and then I believe it's a sticker, so it'll automatically, oh, maybe it's not because I'm adding adhesive, but I'm putting it there by those Polaroid frames, or by those frames, because it kind of goes with the story work, because it says I love this. So, and since it's part of my favorite. And now I'm gluing this arrow down. I have the arrows on the left-hand side of the paper, so I thought I would just go ahead and add this arrow on the right-hand side. And there are 3 or 4 arrows around the page, so that kind of helps bring your eye around the page also. So again, I'm just playing around with the stars and where I might want those. I don't do the journaling on the video since it was a long lot of journaling. I didn't figure you needed to watch the back of my head. But there are still photos in the end if you are interested in that. Basically, I just wrote, though, the same thing what I told you, how this is one of my favorite parts of going to the beach, you know, watching the kids' smiles and the way they love to run to the water and then play in the waves and then come running back, and they're a little bit wet, and just the smiles are always on their faces, and I really love that part. And I have a hard time picking out photos to not print when I'm editing which ones I want to print and not print. You know, I'll probably have 5 of the same exact almost one, but I just love them all so much, you know. So anyways, again, like I said, if you have right now I'm going through my wood veneer just because I know I have the word favorite up above. I thought it would help if I brought down some more wood veneer around the page. And this was from an old Scraptastic kit too, and I don't know what it says now, but that little wood veneer piece I added there by that camera, and it fits in really perfect. And I have a little box of beach wood veneer, themed wood veneer, so that came from that one. And so for a third piece of wood veneer, I just thought, I was playing around with this camera. I'm not really sure where to put it to make kind of that visual triangle. So I play around with the camera. I played around with all different shapes, the beach shapes, the camera. These are the little tiny hearts. I believe these tiny ones came from Queen & Company, so I decided to add just a few tiny ones of those around here and there, kind of like I did the star. I just kind of sprinkled them around, and so that adds a little bit more of the wood veneer around, and so kind of helps to draw your eye around the page also. And then I thought about the enamel dots, so I'm going to try, you know me, I love enamel dots. I'm trying not to put them on absolutely every page, but then you know what? Why not? If I love enamel dots, then why not go for it, right? And so I was also thinking, I still have these stickers that I had forgotten that I had, but none of them are going to work, and I think a lot of it has to do with the busy background, because these stickers that came from Simple Stories are kind of see-through-ish, and I just wanted something small, maybe like a word or something like that. I thought maybe the white, but again, because they're see-through, you would have a hard time seeing it. So just playing around, I think I'm going to add one of these little flowers, which I really think finishes off the page really well, and I'm going to add 3 of those around. And once the flowers were on, I was like, yep, that's it. I love it. It was like that finishing touch that I needed. I really hope you guys like this page. I encourage you. I actually had a lot of fun using these frames, even though I've struggled in the past. But again, let me know if there is any kind of prompt you would like me to use. And thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.